Hello and good night. Welcome to another bedtime story. This story is meant to help you sleep or to relax your mind. Try and find a comfortable place, such as your bed or a soft chair. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes now. Try and let go of the day as we begin our tale. Tonight's story is The Spindle, the Shuttle, and the Needle. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, nestled between vast green meadows and deep forests, lived a poor orphan girl named Elspeth. Her parents had passed away when she was young, leaving her only a small cottage at the edge of the woods, a spindle, a shuttle, and a needle. Though she had no riches, she was gifted with great skill in weaving, sewing, and embroidery. With her hands, she could craft the most exquisite fabrics, earning just enough to keep herself fed and clothed. Elspeth was kind and hard-working, her heart full of quiet dreams. Though she toiled daily at her loom and needlework, she often gazed towards the distant castle where the young prince resided. He was noble and kind, loved by the people, yet unattainable to someone of her humble standing. Still, she hoped, deep within her heart, that fate would one day weave a future she never dared to imagine. One day, a decree spread through the land. The prince sought a bride. However, he was not interested in wealth or noble lineage. He wished for a wife whose heart was pure and whose hands were skilled. He announced that he would travel the land in disguise, seeking the woman who would one day be queen. The village buzzed with excitement. Many young maidens, dressed in their finest gowns, eager to impress the prince should he come their way. But Elspeth had no fine dresses, nor did she think a prince would even notice her. So she continued with her work, weaving at her loom, unaware that destiny had already set its threads in motion. That evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, Elspeth sat by her spinning wheel, humming a soft tune. Suddenly, a soft glow surrounded her spindle. She gasped as it trembled in her hand and began to spin by itself, drawing a golden thread from thin air. Astonished, she whispered, "If only I could summon good fortune as easily as this thread appears." The next morning, she took up her shuttle to weave the golden thread into cloth, and, to her amazement, it moved on its own, gliding effortlessly back and forth. With each pass, it wove a fabric finer than silk, shimmering like the dawn. "What magic is this?" she murmured, but her heart swelled with quiet joy. As night fell, she picked up her needle to embroider the cloth. Like the spindle and the shuttle, it danced in her fingers, stitching patterns of stars and flowers without any effort. She marveled at the glowing gown that formed before her, more beautiful than any she had ever seen. On the day the prince arrived in her village, Elspeth wore a simple dress, having folded away the magnificent gown. She had no expectation of meeting him, nor did she realize that her home had already caught his eye. As he walked through the village in disguise, he noticed golden thread fluttering from her window. Curious, he followed its path and found himself before Elspeth's cottage. Peering inside, he saw her working diligently, her hands graceful as she wove shimmering fabric, unlike anything he had ever seen. Surely, he thought, the one who creates such beauty must possess a heart to match. Knocking gently, he called, "Good day, fair maiden. Might you offer a weary traveler shelter for a moment?" Elspeth looked up, startled, then nodded. "Of course, kind sir. Please rest a while." As he entered, his eyes fell upon the golden gown folded neatly on the table. "This is truly remarkable. Did you weave it yourself?" She lowered her gaze shyly. "Aye, my hands worked the loom, but the threads seemed to guide themselves." The prince, though still hidden in his identity, knew at that moment that he had found the bride he sought. Still, he wished to get to know her better. "I am but a humble traveler, yet I can see that you are gifted beyond measure. If you could have any wish fulfilled, what would it be?" Elspeth hesitated before speaking. "I wish for nothing more than what I have, save perhaps for a heart that is truly loved." Her words sealed his decision. The next day, the prince revealed his true identity and summoned Elspeth to the castle. At first, she hesitated. How could a simple girl like her stand before nobles? But when she arrived, he took her hand and placed the golden gown upon her shoulders. "It is not your dress that makes you worthy, but your kindness and your skill. Will you be my queen?" With a heart full of joy, she accepted. The kingdom rejoiced at the prince's choice. The spindle, the shuttle, and the needle were placed in a place of honor, their magic never fading. Just as Elspeth's love and wisdom continued to weave prosperity into the land. And so, with golden threads of fate binding them together, they lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you for listening to this bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed the tale tonight. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more audiobooks and tales to come. Until next time.